Good afternoon and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I'm going to be talking about your bones today because you should know what happens as you get older and why your hips break and stuff. Your whole life, you have to feed your body constantly. I'm constantly telling you this. You need a bone broth and minerals and everything that your body needs, especially for the bones. Now, the bones are going to carry you. Now, women who give birth to children, you really have to make sure you keep those up because you're really using a lot of them. You talk about getting arthritis. It's bone on bone. There's no gristle. I've already explained gristle. Remember this piece? This was it that I showed you. And I pointed and said, this is the gristle. I cooked the gristle off of this, okay? Now, I've been pressure cooking this bone. Now, I am going to stab the bone with this knife, just a regular paring knife. This is what happens to your bones. Now, you could say, now, this is a cow bone. We're talking about a joint on the cow, and the bones are thick. I mean, they are really like super thick. Let's see if I can flip this over and you can see. This gives you an idea. See how thick these bones are? From here to here, I already cooked the bone marrow out. Okay? So you can see how thick these bones are. So I'm not lying about these bones. But in time, if you don't eat right, every time you drink, every time you take drugs, every time you skip a meal, every time you just don't eat right, these bones, the body needs minerals, so it starts pulling out of the bones because this is where the minerals are when you were growing. So they're going to pull them because that's what they need. So that's your reserve of those bones. So after a lifetime of abuse, not really eating right and caring for your body, your bones break. Now, I've been pressure canning this one. That's the bone, and that's what I did. That's exactly what happens to you. So you're walking down the street or picking things up. Now remember, men usually weigh about 200. All right, say you carry 200, 200, 200, and as you get older, and then one day you walk, the hips break. Women have children, they keep on having children, and they do what they want, eat the way they want and everything, and then one day they're walking down the street and the bone breaks. Because this looks like a really good joint, right? It looks big and strong. I could not stick a knife through it, but yet the minerals I drew out the same way drugs, illegal and legal, and not eating right, and the body needing the minerals, it pulls it out of the bones. This is what happens to your bones. Took a paring knife and went straight through it. And you wonder why you have arthritis, and you wonder why you have bone on bone, and you wonder why your bones break. That's why. They're strong, but the body needs minerals. If it can't get it in the food, or you're taking drugs that are interfering and they can't get the minerals in, though you're taking the vitamins or you're eating well, but because you're on medication, it's blocking those minerals from coming in. The body can't get it from the food that you're eating, so it goes out your system. So the body's going to run to your bones and it's going to start pulling them. The gristle, you wear it down every day. You walk on the spine, you're pounding it and pounding it and pounding it. Even on the ground, you sit there and a guy goes to change a tire, or people lift weights. These joints and tendons are very important, and you wear that down unless you replace those minerals constantly. And this is what happens that causes it to happen. And I wanted to show you a strong bone, which was a joint of a cow, and you saw how big it was. I didn't hide it. And I have cooked the minerals out of it the same way you do to your body when you don't eat well. I know it's a lecture. I know you don't like hearing it. But the only way you're going to learn is if it's brought to your attention. And just reading it in a book sometimes doesn't hit home. But this hits home very well. Okay? So listen, I want you to take care. I want you to be healthy. Like I said, I'm 71. I don't have arthritis. I don't have aches and pains. I don't have all of that. I don't have anything. I literally am living my life. I'm older, but I still continue doing what I have to do. So please be aware. what you put in your mouth. And when you eat, if you're angry, the food could be as nutritious as you want, but it's going to go right out the other end because you're angry. You have to be in a good frame of mind to be able to enjoy the food and enjoy it after you eat it. Shoveling it, and remember when your grandmothers used to sit there and say, emulsify the food, chew that food thoroughly. All of this was to prepare you for your life, to make sure you stay healthy. So this bone can go in the trash. I cooked everything out of it now. Okay, but that's what happens to your hips. You just walk one day and you fall. Okay, this is what happened to my mother. She sat there and that happened to her. I don't know what she was doing at the time, but you know the long bone between the hip and the knee, the long bone? Hers didn't crack at the hip. Hers cracked straight down, top to bottom, before she died. And she was in great pain. So see, if you don't take care of your body, these are things that will happen. I am sorry to say it to you. No, I shouldn't say I'm sorry, but I know it upsets a lot of you. And you look and you say, I got arthritis. This is what I did to my body, or this. And then the young people say, oh, that's hogwash, till they get up there and say, oh my gosh, she was telling the truth. You know, it's something that we have to be concerned about. You live in that body. You can't leave it. You're stuck with it. So if it hurts and breaks down, it's because of the actions that you have done to it. So take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.